Xuemo devoted himself to the study of Xingxue, the study of the heart and mind. You can call it mindology. And we talked about the three pillars of the traditional Chinese culture: Confucianism, Buddhism, and the Taoism, and humanity's long search for the truth of consciousness and freedom. But among all these traditions, there is one sentence that stands at the very center of Chan Buddhism. This sentence is: the fundamental essence of Chan Buddhism is to illuminate the mind and to see one's true nature. The mind itself is Buddha. At first glance, this sentence may sound simple, but if we truly enter it, we may realize that it contains an entirely different understanding of human life. And most people spend their whole lives searching outside themselves, searching for success, searching for love, searching for eternity, searching for identity, searching for security, searching for meaning. But Chan Buddhism suddenly turns the direction around. It says what you are seeking is not outside. The truth is already within your own mind. And the greatest obstacle is not the world. It is the illusion, attachment, fear, and desire within ourselves. So we are going to continue from this sentence. The fundamental essence of Chan is to illuminate the mind and see one's true nature. The mind itself is Buddha. So what does it really mean to illuminate the mind? And what is the true nature? And why does Chan Buddhism says that the mind itself is Buddha? Perhaps these questions are not only related to religion, they are also deeply connected to modern anxiety, identity crisis, emotional suffering, and the spiritual emptiness of our age. So let us continue entering this journey together, not merely as a philosophy, but as a possible way to understand ourselves, transform ourselves, and perhaps rediscover peace within ourselves. I see many new friends here. Welcome. Please subscribe to our channel. So what we are talking here is hi James. Hello, welcome. We are talking about the mind and the nature of the mind. So please subscribe to our channel if you are on the way toward inner peace and inner clarity. So there is the Chan Buddhism, Zen. It means Zen Buddhism. Hi James, where are you from? Tell me. So hi Michael, thank you for your blessing, and tell me where you are from, and please subscribe to our channel. So the essential teaching of Zen Buddhism is to illuminate the mind and see one's true nature, meaning that the mind itself is Buddha. The mind is a mind free from discrimination and attachment. This nature is the originally pure Buddha nature. This mind is a mind free from discrimination and attachment. This nature is originally pure Buddha nature. And mind and nature cannot truly be separated. Mind and nature cannot truly be separated. And every human being possesses Buddha nature. Every human being possesses Buddha nature. Therefore, the sixth patriarch Huineng proposed that ordinary beings are themselves Buddha. Therefore, the sixth patriarch, Huineng, proposed that ordinary beings are themselves Buddha. And the basis of his teaching is that Buddha nature exists as an innate potential within every person's heart. As long as one can recognize this mind and perceive this nature, one can attain Buddhahood. If Buddhist theories of the heart mind may be called theories of Buddha nature, then Taoist theories of the heart mind may be described as theories of Tao nature. On the surface, Taoism did not establish a highly systematic intellectual structure concerning the heart mind, nor did it form an independent academic discipline in the same way Confucianism did. And its influence also appeared less direct than that of Confucian culture. This is because Taoist theories of the heart mind do not directly discuss human psychology itself. Instead, Taoism begins with the Tao and then extends that understanding into human nature and consciousness. The phrase "the Tao follows nature" is, in essence, speaking of the naturalness of Tao nature itself. This naturalness means self-governing, self-generating, self-transforming, and self-completing. Self-generating, self-transforming, and self-completing. When this natural Tao manifests within human beings, it becomes the natural nature of the human heart. From Lao Tzu's emphasis on original naturalness to Zhuangzi's celebration of true freedom, the defining feature of Taoist heart-mind theory is extraordinarily clear. It emphasizes the nature of spontaneity and authenticity. Something originally whole and complete, and incapable of being increased or diminished. Human beings' natural nature inevitably reveals itself through the human heart, and through the heart one may perceive human nature itself. Therefore, the ideal spiritual state advocated by Taoism is precisely the natural non-action repeatedly emphasized by Lao Tzu. Zhuangzi's carefree wandering into the Tao. Moreover, the essence of Taoist teachings concerning the heart mind is actually integrated into Taoist cultivation practices themselves. Human beings' natural nature, 自然之性 natural nature 性也是 nature. Human beings' natural nature inevitably reveals itself through the heart mind, the human heart, and through the heart, one may perceive human nature itself. And through the heart, one may perceive human nature itself. Therefore, the ideal spiritual state advocated by Taoism is precisely the natural non-action. Non-action repeatedly emphasized by Lao Tzu. The ideal spiritual state, 心性境界, the spiritual state advocated by Taoism is precisely the natural non-action repeatedly emphasized by Lao Tzu. Zhuangzi's carefree wandering into the Tao. Moreover, the essence of Taoist teachings concerning the heart mind is actually integrated into Taoist cultivation practices themselves. The essence of Taoist teachings concerning heart mind is actually integrated into Taoist cultivation practices themselves. And from the complete perfection tradition onward, later Taoist schools of Ming and Qing dynasty discussed the heart mind extensively, though their primary focuses remained on cultivation and practice. In the cultivation of the heart mind, Taoism emphasizes the understanding of the Tao, cultivating the Tao, and attaining the Tao. In the cultivation of the heart mind, Taoism emphasizes understanding the Tao, cultivating the Tao, and attaining the Tao. It values the development and application of innate wisdom. 本体智慧 innate 开发能 It values the development and application of innate wisdom, centering on the principle of non-action. Through emptiness, stillness, and the alignment of all things, one abandons cunning and calculation, seeking to arrive at a natural state of ultimate emptiness as serenity. Through emptiness, stillness, and the alignment of all things, one abandons cunning and calculation, seeking to arrive at a natural state of ultimate emptiness and serenity. When a person truly attains the Tao, they naturally come to understand the operating laws of the universe and penetrate the mysteries of truth. Only then can one truly enter the world and act effectively within it. Only then can one truly enter the world and act effectively within it. And this is what Lao Tzu meant by acting through non-action, yet leaving nothing undone. Acting through non-action, yet leaving nothing undone. 无为而无不为，这个翻译不太好，那我来找一找。Hi everyone, can you understand what am I saying? Can you understand? Do you know the Taoism, Buddhism, Confucian? By doing nothing, nothing is left undone. Acting through non-action, yeah, leaving nothing undone. Right? Okay. By doing nothing, nothing is left undone. And it is not difficult to see that Confucianism, Taoism, Buddhism, and Taoism all place great emphasis on cultivating the heart mind. It is not difficult to see. Hello, everyone here. You know, there is a saying by Lao Tzu, 无为而无不为, and there are two translations. Can you tell me which one is better? The first one is by doing nothing, nothing is left undone. And the second one is acting through non-action, yet leaving nothing undone. Which one? 翻译老子说的无为而无不为有两种，请帮我看一下哪一种更好。第一种是 acting through non-action, yet leaving nothing undone. 第二种是 by doing nothing, nothing is left undone. Okay, which one is better? So it is not difficult to see that Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism all place great emphasis on cultivating the heart mind. Although their outward forms differ, all of them take the heart as the foundation and the learning as nourishment. And their aim is to gradually transform people into noble persons, sages, realized beings, and enlightened individuals. Non-action, 无为。By doing By doing nothing, nothing is left undone. Acting through non-action, yet leaving nothing undone. Okay, this one is better. Acting through non-action, yet leaving nothing undone. 无为而无不为. Acting through non-action, yet leaving nothing undone. So therefore, broadly speaking, when we ask what is mindology or 心学, it may be understood as any teaching concerning the cultivation and understanding of the heart mind. This includes Wang Yangming's school of the heart mind, as well as some modern schools of thought. And the Mahamudra Mindology Xuemo advocate also belongs within this category. Every form of 心学 mindology exists for a reason. As any teaching concerning the cultivation and understanding of the heart mind. Into noble persons, sages, realized beings, and enlightened individuals. Every form of 心学 exists for a reason, and but for it to truly flourish and positively influence human society and the human spirit, it requires not only favorable timing and circumstances, but also genuine substance and profound insight. But for it to truly flourish and positively influence human society and the human spirit. Taking Yangming Xinxue as an example, it emerged from Songming Neo-Confucianism and possessed a remarkably solid philosophical foundation. Songming Neo-Confucianism began with Zhou Dunyi, developed through Zhang Fai, and then reached the Chen brothers, Chen Hao and Chen Yi. At the Chen brothers, a divergence emerged. Divergence emerged. Chen Hao believed that the mind itself is principle and viewed cultivation as an inward journey beginning from within. Chen, however, believed that principle exists externally to the human mind, and the cultivation should proceed from the outer world inward through the investigation of things to attain knowledge. Later, Zhu Xi inherited Chen Yi's line of thought and became the great synthesizer of Neo Confucianism. Inherited. Meanwhile, the school of heart mind developed along Chen Hao's path through thinkers such as Xie Shangtai. Eventually, Lu opened the path toward a fully developed school of the heart mind. Later, Wang Yangming integrated and transformed both Manchur's theories of human nature and Lu's philosophy of the mind. He also absorbed the essence of Chan Buddhism, Zen Buddhism, and Taoist philosophy, creating a distinctive new form of Neo Confucianism, Yangming Xinxue. Hi, Zhang. Hello, welcome. And Yangming Xinxue contains three central teachings. The mind itself is principle, the unity of knowledge and action, and the realization of innate knowing. Okay, Yangming Xinxue contains three central teachings. The mind itself is principle, the unity of knowledge and action, and the realization of innate knowing. Hi, Kuri. Hello. Are you new here? Please subscribe to our channel. We are talking about the Mindology today. Thank you for your kind words. Yes. And these teachings answer three fundamental questions respectively. What is the mind? How should one cultivate the mind? And what is the ultimate goal of cultivation? Hi, Eva. Hello. Together, they form a highly complete philosophical system. By the mind to late, the mid to late Ming Dynasty, mid to late 中后期 the mid to late. I agree. Hi, Eva. Yangming Xinxue had already gained tremendous. Hi, Eva. Which page have you read today for the Dancer Hunters? By the mid to late Ming Dynasty, Yangming Xinxue had already gained tremendous influence, even spreading overseas. Both Japan and Korea developed traditions, inheriting and expanding Yangming thought. Developed traditions, inheriting and expanding Yangming thought. Inheriting and expanding. Especially in Japan, Yangming Xinxue unleashed tremendous force during the Meiji Restoration. Meiji Restoration, and contributed significantly to Japan's modernization. 36 pages. Good to hear that. I don't know whether our books are the same because we have different versions of the book. That's a Hunters. Okay, I will share with you page 36. How about to share a little paragraph it? Are we the same edition? Oh, you're eating noodle. Good. Okay, Eva is reading the 36th page of Death Hunters. So I'd like to share one paragraph of this book. Without a shout, Menzi raised his musket and pulled the trigger, sending a streak of fire into the air. The explosion muffled the wolf's sinister howls. A long silence ensued before it was broken by another howl, much farther away this time. So have you read this, Eva? And there is a saying that the success of Japan's major restoration lay in the practical application of Xinxue restoration. Yet in China, Yangming Xinxue gradually declined during the late Ming and Qing periods. And throughout much of modern Chinese history, it remained in a dormant state. Only in recent years has Yangming Xinxue begun to show signs of revival, like spring winds bringing life again. Shows signs of revival, spring winds bringing life again. After Yangming Xinxue during the Republican era, He Erling proposed what he called New Xinxue. Hi, Edwater. Hello. He was a specialist in the philosophy of Hegel and was deeply influenced by Western philosophy, building upon both Chinese and Western cultural tradition. He Erling introduced the global philosophical elements into the study of Xinxue. He proposed ideas such as the 心物合一 unity of mind and matter, and 心理 and unity of mind and principle, becoming one of the important advocates of modern Neo-Confucianism. Unfortunately, He Erling's New Xinxue never fully completed its theoretical system, nor did it continue to develop in depth. As a form of idealist philosophy, 唯心主义。心物合一。Hi Rick, hello, welcome. 照理说我应该不困难。And as a form of idealist philosophy, 唯心主义。Idealist philosophy. It soon lost its voice in the face of a materialist dialectical philosophy. Materialist dialectical philosophy. 感觉自己成大学教授了。唯物辩证哲学。Materialist dialectical philosophy. Few people carried it forward, and research into it became increasingly rare. Few people carried it forward. In contemporary Taiwan province, another branch of Xinxue emerged, known as Tangu Xinxue. One of its defining features is that although it grew out of Yangming Xinxue and still stands upon a Confucian foundation, it greatly expanded the scope of ideas and traditions it absorbed. When I'm sharing the Mindology, you can have share your opinion and idea about this topic or anything you want to talk about. Leave your message in the comment section. It incorporates elements from many religions and philosophies across humanity. For example, it integrates the three traditions: Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, as well as analytical psychology and Heidegger's existential philosophy. It attempts to correct it integrates the three traditions of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, as well as analytical psychology and Heidegger's existential philosophy. Analytical psychology. It attempts to correct some of the limitations found within Yang Xinxue. In addition, many scholars today continue interpreting and expanding Yang Xinxue in different ways. Some are dedicated to reviving Yang thought, while others use it as a means for personal self-awakening and growth. And as a time when traditional culture is once again beginning to revive, it is encouraging to see people regain interest and appreciation for the study of human spirit and heart mind. Hi, Yashin, long time no see. Hello. So the Mahamudra teachings advocated by in Xue Mo Mindology are an exploration and a supplementation of the traditional Chinese theories concerning the cultivation of the heart mind. And the Confucian, Buddhism, and Taoism traditions all contain both gradual and sudden methods of cultivating the heart mind. Yeah, good. If Zhuxi's new Confucianism represents the gradual path, then Wang Yangming's school of the heart mind represents the sudden path. If Taoist in the alchemy represent the gradual path, then Huang Yang's methods of heart cultivation represents the sudden path. Oh, you know something about Tao. So glad to hear that. Tao natural way flow. 道法自然. The same is true in Buddhism. Tell me more. What do you know about the Taoism? Action. And ordinary practices of calming and contemplation may be regarded as gradual methods, while Mahamudra and Zen Buddhism belong to the southern path. Ordinary practices of calming and contemplation may be regarded as gradual methods, while Mahamudra and Zen Buddhism belong to the southern path. Calming and contemplation. Yet, regardless whether the path is gradual or sudden, essence of Buddhist cultivation can never be separated from the heart mind. There is no Buddha outside the mind and no Dharma outside the mind. Therefore, although the many schools and traditions may differ in name and outward form, their essential heart essence remains one. Although the many schools and traditions may differ in name and outward form, their essential heart essence remains one. Non-governmental flow, nice saying. So if one grasps, hi God, Dadanzen, can you make your lips? Thank you for coming by. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. So therefore, although the many schools and traditions may differ in name and form, their essential heart essence remains one. If one grasps the essence, one can naturally understand the unity behind the many paths. Like water without force, one force, won't greed or fear, just flow with nature. Yeah, flow with nature. So if one grasps the essence, one can naturally understand the unity behind the many paths. Naturally understand the unity behind the many paths. To grasp the essential principle is to hold the key link that guides to the whole. 我靠，提纲而起。Mahamudra is the essence of Buddhist studies concerning the heart mind. Its Sanskrit name is Mahamudra, literally meaning great seal or great symbol. Literally. It emphasizes directly observing one's own mind rather than relying on countless methods and stages to gradually recognize it. 太适合我了。The Buddhist path is as vast as ocean. Hi, Yashin's message is materialistic. Karl Marx, ideology support Taoism. I had never think about that. When I expressing this mindology, it is not my idea actually. To be honest, these are from Xuemo's works. So it is a deep question, Yashin. I think you are very knowledgeable, and you have deep understanding about the Taoism, and that's why you will ask this kind of question. 唯物主义，卡尔马克思，我可没那么深。Hi, Serpico, hello. My mother-in-law said I look like 猪八戒. You know 猪八戒? Okay. I don't know what 猪八戒 called in English. But I think it does support Taoism. The Buddhist path is as vast as the ocean, with 84,000 teachings and methods. At first glance, it appears endlessly complex and dazzling its diversity. Maybe on Sunday, Yammer. On Sunday, we have a Zoom dialogue with the international scholars and Xuemo. We also put on the YouTube stream for a while. Hayashan, Buddhism also joined computable with Buddhism normal monk version because Buddha said fully detachment from materialistic need, greed, stop, birth, or end suffering, no pressure, no suffering. Yes, on Sunday, yeah. Yashan is so complex. It messed my mind. We can make it easy. Okay, yet in essence, all of it ultimately returns to just two words, heart mind. Whether Buddhist rituals, mystical, esoteric practices, elaborate ceremonies, or simple teachings as direct as a slap of the hand, their pure purpose is never separate from the cultivation and training for the heart mind. The cultivation of the heart mind runs through the entire beginning and end of Buddhist practice. The cultivation of heart mind runs through the entire beginning and end of Buddhist practice. Therefore, in a certain sense, Buddhism itself may also be called a form of Xingxue, the study of the heart mind. Among all these teachings, the Mahamudra tradition, which directly points to the heart mind and reveals the highest state of attainable through inner cultivation. Yashen's message: who suffering depression, stresses, they can follow Buddhism, they will end stress. In starting, it is good cure, better from allopathic therapy. Yes, of course. If you want to release yourself from suffering and depression, then Buddhism is the yes the training in Buddhism system works. It's undoubtedly the very pinnacle of Buddhist heart mind philosophy. The theoretical foundation of Mahamudra lies in the prana, in the prana scripture of Buddhism, such as the lies in the prana scriptures of Buddhism, such as the Mahaprana, 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 Mahaprana Paramita Sutra, Mahaprana Paramita Sutra, the Diamond Sutra, and the Heart Sutra. Mahaprana Paramita Sutra. Hayashi's message doesn't also good similar as philosophy now should make them religion because after becoming religion they try modify to political control. Yeah, good saying. And same as Buddhism. Don't make them religion but as you know the the mindology and the practical ways in life. The famous teaching from the Heart Sutra, seeing that the five aggregates are all empty and form is not different from emptiness. Form is not different from emptiness, and emptiness is not different from form. Together with the teaching, perception, conception, volition, and consciousness are likewise so. Represents quintessential Mahamudra wisdom. 希望你们录的时候可以用上这一次。Quintessential Mahamudra wisdom. And the diamond says all conditioned phenomena are like dreams, illusions, bubbles, shadows, dew, and lightning. Thus should they be contemplated. This serves as one of the finest commentaries of Mahamudra. Yashin's message here: Arabic religion is not a philosophy; it's a political ideology. The main goal is converting resident bonus heaven after 50 over order to make religion-based country. Really, I don't know that. And teachings such as the past mind cannot be grasped, the present mind cannot be grasped, the future mind cannot be grasped, as well as let mind arise without attachment, are profound instructions and skillful applications of Mahamudra itself. Profound instructions, skillful applications of Mahamudra itself. Wonder application, how's that? According to the differences in methods of practical, Mahamudra may be divided into three types. The first is reality Mahamudra. If a practitioner gains realization through studying scriptures and philosophical teachings, or receives a direct transmission that illuminates the mind, and thereby understands the truth of ultimate reality and enters into direct realization, then one corresponds with ultimate reality itself and attains reality Mahamudra. Examples include the Tiantai school's teaching on perfect and sudden contemplation and the samadhi in every activity. Too tired to read. Hello, welcome. If you're new here, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. And someone keep offering me, giving me likes. Thank you for that. Thank you for your support. As an example, in Islam called the terms of Turkey, I mean, they hide it from non-religious that. Wow, so complicated to understand. Someone give me the likes, so many likes. Thank you so much. So the Tiantai school recorded 3,000 words in one thought, and the perfect fusion of the three truths as the true reality of all phenomena.